All right then. Hello, I'm Noah. This is Noah's Arts Entertainment. You noticed I do some videos indoors and I do some videos outdoors. When I'm out getting some fresh air, I like to be able to, I'll tone the music down. I like to be able to enjoy the sun. I have great pigmentation, regardless of what nationality. But it's really, I'm American, third generation American. The heritage is what's important. That's the vein, the blood that goes in your veins, that runs in your heritage, in your family. So welcome again to Noah's Arts Entertainment. Today's theme. First I want to say, things are getting bad. This pandemic stuff has got way out of hand and it was downplayed for too long. Politically incorrect. We have the results. Many, I'm not just talking out of my ass, right? Because many have actually, they've interviewed, have expressed those facts that it was downplayed because of political reasons, selfish political reasons. And that's all I'm going to say about that. The thing is, this is the now here. And the governor was talking about possible lockdown. So things are getting serious. I've always been serious since the first day I got in this camera. I wasn't going to be here pretending to be somebody I'm not. I was here to, I'm not the word light bringer. Okay, sure. I'm a light bringer because I'm into evolution and to try and assist, right? Humanity as a whole, whoever's got an open heart and open mind and is ready to launch into a higher dimension. It's not going to be no, like pleasure ride or anything like that. I mean, it's you learn to sacrifice and you learn to have a lot of discipline and order in your life. And that's one of the key things. Because once you learn principles that you didn't abide by before, once you learn these laws, karmic laws, hermetic laws, natural laws, cosmic laws, then, it's like, hey, you learn them, you ignore them, then you're screwed because you failed as a student, you failed as an initiate. And you know what? You don't have to be an initiate. And now with this is going to take me into the theme. The theme is lustful, obsessive, what I call it, affairs versus divine love bonds. Okay? If anybody can tell the difference, with all this life that I've led, and all the hardship you see, if you can look at my videos, hardships and slander, does it make you or break you? Check those out. You haven't not seen them, and a few others. But anyhow, the thing is that once you live, kind of live to the fullest. You've been here, you've been there, you've done this, you've done that, and you've had this, you had that, and all kinds of stuff, right? So it becomes where love is really the core of your existence. Everyone's like, we need love right now. What's happening here? We need a lot of love, right? I'm glad there's sunshine outside. That helps, right? Today is Sunday, hello, and planet Sun, and it also symbolizes the Trinity, the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Mother, and the Son, right? Of course, most people know the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, so they don't really include the Mother, but I do. There's the mother up in the kingdoms, in the kingdom of beyond, which we consider the godmother. And then there's the one here who rules on earth. We call her Adonai Haretz. But it's a beautiful, beautiful. It's an image of a woman that wears, gems, surrounded by gems, surrounded by everything, minerals and precious metals, precious stones, precious gems. That's her kingdom down in Malkut. Anyhow, we'll move on to back to the theme here. Now, again, if anybody knows about the difference between, I would say it's kind of like a difference between a twin flame and a soulmate. Twin flames, well, there's that chemistry there, and you see each other, and regardless of what, you're gonna go at it, and yeah, and sometimes afterwards it's like, probably if it's that he wasn't good, then you'll have something to feel bad about, like regret or something that you did because, well, this surely wasn't worth me not being loyal to so and so or whatever, or loyal to myself. Right? You're supposed to be thinking that first. Are you being loyal to yourself? Because if you're not, then who the hell says that you can be loyal to anybody or anyone? So, all right. So, years back, and I'm going to tell you because the hurt involved is profound. It's profound, and once you've had that profound hurt sentiment in you because of whatever happened in your life, you never forget that feeling. And that feeling and that profound sentiment is you're only going to feel it when it happens again. When another event happens where, my God, it's kind of like beyond, it's profound. And I remember I was, back then I was director of ceremonies, and I would open, in our temple, I'd open the ceremonies with words from Genesis, from the book of Genesis, from the beginning and all that. I'm not going to get into it. But that day, because of what had happened, that profoundly hurt me, I was not able to speak those words. Something, came over me at that moment, right behind the altar. And that moment when it just hit me so hard of this crime that was committed against me and against my future child. And just hurt so bad that I couldn't talk. The only thing that people were looking at each other, and I would, I could tell everybody's looking at each other. So what's the matter? Why isn't he saying anything? Why isn't he opening up the ceremony? That was my job, my position. But I finally was strong enough to get myself together and start. And I said the words, and then I had just sit, and other players, well, within the temple, you got chanters and chantras, and you have all this kapian. So yeah, I was a kapian. That's what I was, and I had to open the ceremonies. Anyhow. And then you have guards, and you have all these different positions within the temple, and so that day afterwards, we had we usually custom having a lunch afterwards, and people were asking me, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" They all wanted to know because I was there. I was not saying anything. I was trying to eat, but tears just kept running down my face and my cheeks here. And they wanted to know so bad what was wrong, and I didn't tell them. I never said anything to anyone because, first of all, I suspected some of them doing foreplay. The other thing, provoking something that was, and the other thing was that it's really, it was shameful to talk about, and it was just a very profound sentiment, and thought I'd keep it to myself because it's very personal to me, very personal. And so now we move on to when I met this, or when I had this encounter after I had dropped the last girlfriend. I think I spoke about her in the last video. I forgot what was the name of that. Oh yeah, racist women having sex with all races. And so after I dropped her because of I needed to move on, and she was not going to do it. She's not going to do it. She was just. So I felt I needed to sacrifice her. The weekend, bing, bang, bow, pow, pow, wow, wow, and all that stuff. Can sound like Batman, right? And but I sacrificed that because my daughter needed me at that time, and she had been hanging out with a couple of wouldn't you know it, Piscean twins that were wealthy. They all had their Saab and their Porsche and whatever, but they ran around, and they taught my daughter that type of life, and then spiritually she got sick, and I had to intervene, and I did. Okay, let's move on to that. And since then, she never went back to any kind of life like that, and it was out of her system by the time she was 19. That was it. She's fully mature for her age. Unfortunately, she had to get wise and strong and together as far as morally and spiritually at a young age. She had to grow up fast, and other issues. But anyhow, the whole thing is that the sentiment, when I encountered this soulmate, and you know who you are, she knows who she is, and all kinds of stuff. It's a saga that's been going on. This is the thing, I'm not crazy. I know I was made to be out crazy. There was a lot of triangulation. There was ghosting. There was all these other words they use to describe the wickedness of how much hurt it can be when you know deep down yourself that it was real. Because that day, I think you refer back to St. Valentine's Day Soul Massacre. That was another video I did. You can check that out if you want. And that day, yeah, it was, I guess we had encountered a month before. And when it's a soulmate, especially, I think, I know because that day when, decided not to visit, went elsewhere, I felt that same sentiment. it wasn't like, I can't say that I was in love with her because, I mean, it's like maybe a month that she had been visiting me. And I felt this sentiment, the same exact sentiment that I felt in that temple when I learned of that that my future son or daughter, whatever it may have been, was not going to happen. And abortion, okay? Abortion, a lot of people don't want to hear that, especially women. But, the thing is, like I said, if you refer back to the hardship slander, I lost a son. I lost a brother, very dear brother. I lost my mother. I lost my father. When you go to hardship like that, and then especially you lose a son, and then somebody does an abortion, something that you really wanted to happen was aborted without your consent. It's kind of wicked. And this thing here, I say, okay, I address the intuitives. I know there's a community of intuitives that are checking me out right now. In fact, I have more views, and it depends on the title, right? It seems like if I give a out there title, which is controversial, it's like when somebody gets shot in an expressway, you got 1 million views right away. It's ridiculous. But anyhow, as long as I have you here and I have your attention, I'm going to tell you the story, and I'm going to not make it too long here because I need to get out and enjoy that sun. Anyhow, I felt that same profound feeling. You see, that's my point. That's my point. That's why this is not something like I'm being obsessive. It's not about, I'm sure that once we do physically intertwine, if we do, and I allow it, and things like it, if it's really supposed to be a bond, this is the time to do it. This is also why I'm saying this. We're going through a pandemic. And I don't know, things got to get worse. I posted a picture the other day while I'm showing my muscle and stuff. It's not so much that I'm being no, it's because I'm showing that I have strength, and I have what do you call this? Put together. I mean, I'm strong and I'm healthy. That's the whole thing, Who knows? I don't know. A week from now, 2 weeks, a month, I don't know. And this is all over the world, I understand. But here in Chicago, it's just a lot of people, and I got neighbors and stuff, and it's creepy, and it's sad. It gives you sorrow and all kinds of stuff. So this is the time to wrap this up, This is what I'm saying. Intuitives have been for a year, have been predicting. Oh, well, she's indecisive. Oh, she's confused. Oh, there's the third party thing, and then this and that, and that. It's been going on for like a year, and nobody got it right. Nobody's ever going to get it right except herself. She needs to finally. I've always said to mature and to start thinking because about love. Like I said, because I know that some people are fools for love. Other people, they take a risk on love because they know that love is really feels much more fulfilling, and there's more respect, and there's more because otherwise, you have to, even women, they have a terrible stormy love life and stuff. They can have the potential, or actually to go and buy for sex, buy some stuff, something, a couple of them. Why not, right? If you can afford it, you can do it. Right? And but that's going to be a lustful obsession, an addiction that's going to also really keep you from the real heart of the matter. let's say the heart of the matter is to be able to form that divine love bond, and I'm not talking here just singular, about myself. I'm talking as a whole, people that are trying to conflict and trying to make things tough and dirty and wicked and all kinds of stuff just because you're trying to keep your independence so you can do what the fuck you want. You could buy there, you can go here, and then, hey, it's like love is not supposed to be about that. It's about restriction and confinement and all kinds of crap. That's not about that. It's about just uh, learning to love yourself, respect yourself, and finally come to that thing where you know that you need somebody to love you. A strong bond, what's the title? Divine, no, lustful obsession, obsessive, lustful obsessive affairs, or divine love bonds. Okay, that's versus one other. And I don't know, it's always about where you're at in life. A lot of people pretend to be spiritual, and what is to be spiritual? To be spiritual is to be attuned with divinity. And again, because that gives you room to love yourself, to respect yourself, uh, to not cheat yourself, because especially you have a track record. I mean, you get used and you get angry, you use somebody. You get used and you get angry and go use somebody. You get used. It's a vicious, it's like a rat going around in a thing. That's what you are. That's what anybody is that, you know, runs that way, that's the way we run, like you said, or whatever. And so I believe I'm going to, let me just check here. I wanted to make sure I cover what I could. So yes, one, of course, very important here. It's I know what it is to be for somebody to be obsessive with me. Like I wrote a song a long time ago. I don't know, some years back, and it was called "Your Own Obsession." And I wrote that for a reason because I did have those encounters where they just became obsessive, you know, or it was just an obsession, and it gets ugly like that. So I personally, I'm not going to be some radical, some ridiculous person. Man, do I have to that I'm going to be obsessive because something about, oh, I see her as sexy. Oh, she's got big breasts. Oh, she's got this. She's got that. Hey, I'm beyond the physical, my friends. This is not about. Come on. It's beyond the physical here. This is where I'm coming from, and that's where this is how you be able to instead of rejecting and denying and hiding and this and that and the other, you embrace divinity. A soul bond should be welcome and should be embraced. Again, I know what I felt, and she knows that I know that she knows that I know that it's real. But again, it depends where you're at. You think about a lot of things: distance, culture, nationality, this, and that, and the other. It goes into a lot of crap. But the thing is, here I am. I've been doing this. A lot of you intuitives and stuff, you don't talk about your personal life, so you don't talk about. You try to resolve or not resolve, but try to resonate with other people's lives and try to help them, assist them, and figuring out things, right? But the truth is that the answers lie within, and the person that you're dealing with, better than anybody could. Whatever the cards are temporary. The next 24 hours, the mind, every planet starts. Everything changes. Even that person's mind and attitude could be just turned around completely for whatever reasons. Lastly, okay, so there was an obsession that took place here with me, for about, I got at least 15 years. This woman was obsessed, and she did all kinds of things. She wasn't working alone, but I was in battle with that because she wanted me to work with her, but we weren't in the same. She was within the spiritual realm, but it was a whole different thing, and I knew that it wasn't all just pure that. It was mixed with other stuff. And yeah, sure, we learn about a lot of things. We can blend spiritual practices if you're well studied and rehearsed and everything. It wasn't a thing, for me, but it was for her. And what can I say? I went through she put me through a living hell. So I know that I am not guilty of that. I've never, bothering any of you or anybody else just because you're good looking or whatever. Yeah, sure. I mean, you're attractive. Somebody's going to say something. Otherwise, what? They think I'm gay or something. It's funny how that mind works. If you're not attracted to him and you don't want to do something, he must be gay. Well, no, bitch, I'm not. Okay, so, all right, so we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to leave you with a mantra. A mantra it's called a World Soul Mantra, which means that you will be activating the masters from the West, the masters from the East, and all masters. And it's like a world soul. And I think that now more than ever, we need this prayer. So I'm just going to give you the mantra. You're going to, repeat it if you want. But I'm telling you, it's a great thing. You open up that, and then you say your prayer to whatever you want to say, about this pandemic we're having. And God bless us. I don't know. It's just, So the mantra, the first is Om. Everybody's familiar with Om, right? And then Aum. It's A-U-M. Om. O-M. Aum. A-U-M. Yum. U-M. Ma. M-A. So Om, Aum, Yum, Ma. Om, Aum, Yum, Ma. And you just continue doing it until you feel a certain, it's kind of a high, it's because it does awaken the energy zones, the psychic zones, we call them chakras and stuff. So yeah, I have a bunch of those mantras, but I'm not going to share that if it's not going to be appreciated or just because. No. I got to get the particular subscribers, number of subscribers, likes, comments, stuff like that. I think it's queer and weird that people don't. I'm always, pay the courtesy of liking something that I like or I'll comment. I don't understand. It's a phenomenon why people can't fucking like my stuff and say comment, So it's a phenomenon. It's weird. It's queer. I don't know. Just because I'm not that way, I will be receptive, and I will respond with something, Anyhow, thank you so much, and God bless us all, and we just hope for the best. And I hope that I've spent the words that I needed to, because I'm really done with this, And I say to this person, another thing too, I almost left out. Maybe there's two that somehow invaded me spiritually or visited me spiritually, and I don't know. I mean, the thing is, is this going to be a lusty, what do you call this? Lustful affair, or obsessive affair, possibly, or it's going to be a divine love bond. You need to step up now. You know what I mean? You know how to get in touch with me. You know how to get in touch with me. And this is the time to do it, or F off. You need to just forget it, because, if it's not about divine love bond, hey, I got a bunch of these other women that tell me, I want to do this to you, I want to do that, I want to I want to do all kinds of stuff to you. But, so I don't want to deal with players, understand? Hello. No. The Empress needs to come forth, introduce herself, or just officially declare her love for me. Otherwise, hasta la vista, baby. All right. It's been nice, but it's got to go. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk later. I don't know how long I went, but thank you for tuning with some of my stuff. And I noticed I had a lot of views the last time. I want that. I need that, right? We're all creators of YouTube. We need this. Like, subscribe, and share. Hasta la vista, babies. Hasta la vista.